Okay, let's share my screen. I prepare a few tickets, few pull requests. Yeah, this pull request, it's a bug about deleting product after we did some after we create the quote, but as for me, it looks like to testing scenario, it's not fully valid because the contributor tried to delete the product entity, catalog product entity by direct query to MySQL, and yeah, it's a little bit looks strange, and yeah, don't think that we should support this behavior. So as for me, it's fixed, and in general, pull request is not fully valid. But I want to ask your opinion due to this pull request. So what's the step of reproduce? We need to create some configurable product and add it to shopping cart on the front end, and after that delete the simple product by direct query to MySQL, and after that go to the cart page, and we will see the exceptions that the product that requested does not exist, and so yeah,
Yeah, I
I mean
agree with
we
you.
should
It seems.
direct PHP exception instead of clear our Magento exceptions.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I think to your point, like, does this issue happen if you're not doing a direct SQL query? Like, I don't. I don't think that should. If that's like where the issue is occurring, we probably don't need to address this. Like, or if it's happening in general when someone tries to delete a simple product or something like that, that's one thing. But doing a
Yeah,
direct query probably is not a good way to be looking at this.
yeah, I agree with it. So I think we can just close this pull request and revise the message.
Okay.
Or we can revise it like P4, and maybe it's mm, if we already have the pull request, it's some small improvement. Okay, if it will be measured, but it's not a priority and it's not really valuable.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably prefer to push back on this one. I don't think it's even a small improvement. I think it's just not a great way to be looking at the problem.
Okay, agree. Thank you. Let's go next. Um,
Uh, Vladimir, do you mind to update the ticket right now? We're
I
going
will
to
do
do
it
this afterward.
out of the meeting here. I
Okay.
don't want to spend time right now. Uh, yeah, this issue about the uh, group of downloadable products. So the step of reproduce, we should create the downloadable products and add, create few downloadable products with real files. After that, we should create the group product from this downloadable, based on the downloadable products. And after that, if we will go to the checkout and buy these products, we will not see the links to these products. I mean, to download these downloadable products in downloadable sections.
Okay, so create. Is there an expected results and actual results here? Like I see the manual testing scenario, but I don't see the like what was happening before. Like, oh, maybe it's in here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Currently, the links are not shown in the downloadable product sections, but they should show.
Okay, and and this is for grouped products. So okay, so
Yeah,
basically for group, if you purchased a downloadable product that was a grouped product, the
yeah,
links aren't showing. Yeah.
correct.
Okay. And sorry, so these are pull requests. The work has already been done with these.
Yeah, this pull request already
Yeah.
looks like we fixed this issue.
Okay. Great. Um, so this seems like a problem. The question is how often this is happening with how many downloadable products are actually group products, which of course we're guessing, we don't know. But well, since it's already done, I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, 241, and then I guess a P3 S3 is fine for this.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, it depends to the store how open they use approach. Okay, let's go next. Yeah, this is bug related to the our CLI command when we deploy this static we can choose the localization languages that we want to support. By default, we install just English language, but we also have like additional parameters for this command like languages, and we can pass all like parameters. But in this case, also currently we install only English localization without not all localization, just English.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and this pull request fix this issue.
Is there any reasons why we wouldn't want to support uh, deploying all of the languages, or that's a command that makes sense from a development standpoint, and we should support.
Um, if I clearly understand your question, why we not install all languages by default, correct?
I guess I'm just wondering if there is a reason why someone wouldn't want like if we should support language equals all, like is there potential bad things that happen when you try to do that, like it's going to take a really long time, or there could be conflicts or anything like that, or language equals all seems like a normal command that we should support and it really wouldn't cause any issues.
Mm, really,
Um,
I don't know. Yeah, here
I
you
would
want to say.
Yeah, I would say so. We have ability to deploy language one by one. So, for example, customers they want to deploy only one language, they have this ability. So the question, what is expected behavior for this particular parameter language all? Because right now, must understand it deploy on only the uh, default language, not all available or pre-configured.
Yeah, currently we already have this command like
Yeah.
this parameter like all, and yeah, we should support it if we have it.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. That sounds good. So yeah, let's just do um, a P3 S3 for this one as well. And you said this is a pull request, right? So it's already fixed.
Yeah,
Got it.
2 for 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's go next.
Excuse me, Volodymyr. Sorry, guys, I'm late. Do
Hi.
you have lots of pull requests to review? Because I do have one.
I have two more. This one and next one.
Oh, probably we will have time. Thank you.
Yeah, it also pretty strange pull request asked for me because contributor want to enable mesh JavaScript in default mode. Yeah, and it's really tricky question, do we need it or not? Because usually we use default mode for development, not for production. So in development mode, in some cases, we need to have separate JavaScript files to debug something or develop something, I don't know. But sometimes we don't need it because we try to resolve some PHP issue, and what happens on front end doesn't matter for us. So yeah, it's really tricky question. It looks like their experience question, but I want to ask product owners because yeah, it's a large changes that will affect all Magento developers and community, and yeah, and extension developers. It change all experience, all people experience. So as for me, it's not it's
Yeah,
not
I
a bug,
mean,
it's not improvement.
yeah, I mean, the question's the right one to be asking, and if it's going to drastically affect the experience of merchants and developers, we need to make sure it's like a high impact because, like, as we talked about numerous times on these calls, it's like if we introduce these things, there's lots of negative effects that could happen. So we want to make sure when we change those types of things, we are adding a lot of value. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are having this conversation of like, hey, we're not sure if this is going to be very impactful, to your point, like I don't fully understand like what this does. So if it's not if you guys don't feel like it's adding a lot of value and if it's going to be a lot of effort for our ecosystem to uptake this, then we probably should not do this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not very valuable as for me, but yeah, it's will affect all developers, all customers, changes their experience. Okay,
Cool.
so yeah, I will close this pull request.
Okay.
Uh, and the last one. Yeah, it's also about behavior. Uh, Second, oh no, it's another one pull request. Okay, this pull request about additional not validation but confirmation when we try to clear shopping cart. So we just enable it's optional. Not optional, configurable field, so we can enable this field, and after that we will see the button clear shopping cart in our shopping cart on our shopping cart page.
Uh-huh.
But previously, when we push this clear shopping cart button, we hadn't any confirmation window. We just remove all items from our shopping cart. Currently, the
Mm-hmm.
contributor add additional confirmation pop-up, and yeah, we can cancel or press OK. It's a small improvement, but as for me, it's really cool. Usually, on yeah, all delete or remove actions should have some confirmation.
Yeah. No, I agree that you know that it would be good to have some confirmation of this. So, yeah, I think that's logical to add into the system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's just go ahead and do a P3 S3 for this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. As far as I remember, adding new config settings, it can be triggered at backward incompatible changes. So is it existing path or we are going to introduce a new one?
No, it's existing configuration option. We just added the additional confirmation model window.
Okay.
Is there any, we were just talking about that one ticket around language and things like that. Like, how does that work in Magento? This is just me not knowing. Like when we add that, that was like written in English, right? But when we introduce that, and the storefront is in, I don't know, Italian or something, will it automatically get translated to Italian, or how does that work?
So when we add new language, we create the additional JSON file with the translation for our words or sentences, and the customers that enable Italian location will see this translation that are generated automatically when we enable.
Okay, so it's generated automatically.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's it from my side. Slava, you have one more. You should take it, right? Slava?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, guys. Can you see my screen? Yeah. I have only one PR. Somehow it's managed to come through all these gates and come to me on Triage. So it's pretty simple. It's about fixing the issue when you send email with price stock alerts, and now they're sending all the time from the default store, which is incorrect. So let me show. So yeah, we create another sender, configuring price stock alerts. So they should be sent once they changes. Then we create two simple products. One is them out of stock, create customer, and we have second store view. And current behavior that we got both emails from that the same email set up for default store view. And that is incorrect because we potentially could have some other like context for different departments, etc. And after the fix, we can see that the getting emails from the correct emails set for this store view, owner2ndexample.com.
So yeah, so this is the second store view has the ability to set its own email address, but it was using the first store view. Yep.
Yeah, the fix is pretty straightforward, so nothing serious is here. Yeah. So, but I think it makes sense. It's not an often case, but it makes sense in rare cases. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, if we have a fix for it, we should do it. So let's just do. I think P3 S3 is fine for this one for 241.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it from my side basically. I also have another PR to Triage, but it's only like a developer experience, so I don't think that we should do it now. We can do it tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
So sorry. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
I'm just looking to the code about the last one issue that I showed. Just a second. Slava, can you stop sharing the screen?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, as I'm seeing in the code, currently we have not this configuration options. This pull request edit. Yeah, and it's already backward, so it's backward incompatible changes. Yeah, the main question is, do we really need to configuration options for that? It's, I think, product.
So that's a really good catch. So yeah, if this is backwards incompatible, we would need to wait to introduce this to 2.5. So I mean, I think it's logical behavior. Well, okay, so this is, sorry, can you go back to the screenshot of the Luma? Just scroll down a little bit. Do you
Mhm.
have the ability to, yeah, we have the ability, there's a little trash can there. So you have the ability to remove products individually.
Mhm.
Um, so the question is, do we want the ability to clear the shopping cart? I think it's a fine functionality to add. The question is, do we want to keep this PR laying around until we release 2.5, which is going to be who knows when, honestly, maybe like a year and a half from now.
Yeah, we
If
can a little bit change the approach of this pull request and just edit this button permanently. Yes, so we always will see this button and it will not be backward incompatible.
Oh, if we just add the button.
Yeah, without the configuration options and then without the enabled in shopping cart or configuration options in admin panel. Just permanent adding this button.
Uh, let's see who is the shopping cart owner. Let me pull up my domain worksheet. I think it's,
Volodymyr, sorry,
Yeah.
I have a question. If you will add this button permanently, as I understand, it can affect all themes, all custom themes if people use some template or something like that. So if you're talking about upgrade in the patch release, it can be some functional changes which will be not expected for customers.
Mm,
It's just
yeah,
my 2 cents on this problem. So
that's a good
I'm not sure
call.
it's a good idea to have this link permanently. And maybe I'm wrong, but I remember that historically this this button was intentionally removed because it was some feedback that it was a little bit like it's not clear for customers, or like we don't want to add ability to clean up all shopping cart. So if it really desired behavior to have this button in the shopping cart?
Yeah, that's a good point, Irina. Yeah, that would be concerning. Yeah, with all the themes and stuff, I feel like there would be some downstream effects to this introducing into a quarterly patch. Um, and yeah, delete shopping cart um, could be confusing of like what that actually means. Um, yeah, I'm kind of torn between this one. I think it's probably not worth adding. We could check with Andrew. Well, let me back up. So if it's, yeah, if we're saying that it is going to affect the themes and everything, then I don't think we should do this in the quarterly patch. I think we would need to wait for it for 2.5. But then there's the question of, do we even want it? I think Andrew Wilcox could help us determine. He's supposed to be owning the cart and checkout. He can help determine if we should even bother with this.
mhm.
I'm actually
Volodymyr,
leaning towards no, because the other thing, for us to think about too is that like Luma is eventually going to be deprecated. We don't know when, right? But Venia or whatever it's called, yeah, the Venia theme is going to be one that we're going to be more focused on. So it's like if we do really need to keep this for 2.5, is it really worthwhile to put in for 2.5?
So, but the preferable way is discuss it with Andrew, right?
So sorry, I know that was a lot of me talking. So I would say this. I think the only time that we can put this ticket in is for 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then so the next question is, does Andrew even want it introduced in 2.5? If the answer is no, then let's just kill it. If the answer is yes, he likes it, then let's keep it but not introduce it until 2.5.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I will talk with Andrew. Thank you for
Yep.
information.
Good catch.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today.
Okay.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.